The leaks about the NSA's surveillance sparked massive outrage towards the Obama administration, not only in its major target of Europe, but among the people of the US too. And American citizens have taken to the streets all across the country in a nationwide protest against the snooping. And the event was organized by a new online movement called Restore the Fourth. And it calls on the government to respect the Fourth Amendment in the Bill of Rights, which protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures. Well, protests are taking place, as I say, in all major cities across the states. And for details, Kelly Bike, a co-organizer of the rally in Los Angeles, joins me now. Kelly, a lot of anger, clearly, and a lot of protests throughout the states. But according to latest reports, not exactly a huge turnout. So are the American people really that bothered about this?
I mean, I think it is definitely something that people are angry about, and I think people feel helpless to make change. And what we're trying to do is we're a grassroots movement, we're nonpartisan, so we embrace everyone from the different political spectrum, different beliefs. We're trying to provide a way for people to channel their voices and to be able to be heard. We're reaching out to our representatives, we're trying to sign and petitions and get legislation in. We want democracy to be heard, and we're acting upon that today by coming out. We already have double our numbers in the last 24 hours. We have almost 500 people planning on coming out today in just LA, and there's dozens of these rallies being organized across the US. So there is a lot of anger. I think it's just finding a way for us to actually express that and finding a way for us to actually engage in democracy to make this happen.
So you're angry about being snooped on by the intelligence agency, but of course every time you go on social networks or do online shopping, you're being snooped on anyway, aren't you? So what's the difference? And have you got anything to worry about if you've got nothing to hide from the intelligence agencies?
I don't believe I have anything to hide, but I believe that my privacy is a basic right, is a basic right for everyone in the United States. I don't think that terrorism programs should be snooping on Americans widely. I mean, there's billions of data, my private data, your private data, even the EU, even in Europe, there's a lot of privacy being infringed upon, and I think that's a basic right for everyone in America and beyond.
And you're worried that privacy, that information won't be contained in a secure way? You're worried that it's going to get into the wrong hands as such?
Right. We don't know these analysts. They're operating without warrants, and they're able to access our information, listen to our phone calls, read our emails. I don't know who these people are. There's thousands of analysts. They're doing this without warrants, without an actual open court. It's a private, secret government going on. And a secret government, I'm sorry, that does not equal democracy.
So
that is not America.
Let's go back to that point that you just touched on. Surely all this is about keeping the country, the nation safer, preventing terrorist atrocities. So when somebody challenges and said, look, what's more important, your personal security or your privacy, what do you say?
Well, I mean, I think about, giving up liberty for the sake of safety. You know, there's a great quote by Benjamin Franklin that hits on that, and that's one of the main things that we are focusing on, how we want just an actual democratic judicial review of these programs. It's important for Americans to permit and allow these programs. Why are these programs being enacted without the voice of the people permitting this to happen? We just want an open debate. We want to know what exactly is going on, how these programs are being implemented. We want to know what our government is doing and either approve of it or disapprove. We just want it to be democratic.
All right, if you disapprove of it, though, do you think that your movement will be able to change the government's policy, the way it does that sort of business behind closed doors? Just briefly, how effective do you think your movement could be?
I think it can be very effective. The more that people learn about what's going on, reach out to the legislators. The legislators in our country are supposed to be the voice of the people. So we want to encourage them to stand up against these programs, against what the NSA is doing, and actually be our voice. So the more of us that come out, sign petitions, encourage our representatives to create legislation to scale back how wide and unregulated our government is surveilling us, then we can actually enact change.
Good to talk to you, Kelly. Thank you very much indeed. Kelly Bike, co-organizer of the Restore the Fourth rally in Los Angeles, here on RT. Thanks a lot.